Hey everybody, welcome back to Keeping It Real with Tiff and Carl. I'm Carl Rabun,
And I'm Tiff Salcido.
and we are coming fully into fall up here, Tiff. I don't know about you, but we're starting to feel a little chill in the air, and which is great because it's hoodie season, which is my favorite season, right? And that doesn't have to be, 3 months, 4 months. It could be all year round. And, when I grew up in San Francisco, it was hoodie season all year round. But it's nice to be able to put something on that I can. I was teasing my wife the other day. She said she's trying to get rid of her purse, and or no. When I had a gig on Friday night, and our singer, she said, I'm trying to get rid of my purse so I can be more like a dude. I said, that's funny. I'm looking forward to having my hoodie on so I could be more like a woman and have a purse right in front of me with all my little
Yeah,
pockets and stuff.
that's
Because you
funny.
always have so much stuff, my phone and everything. I mean, it's crazy, you know. But yeah, it's looking different. It's feeling different. Actually, don't have to run the AC so much. The heater actually was on a little bit. It's cool. It's this is
Oh,
my
wow.
favorite time of year. Yeah, yeah. Don't get it twisted. It's in the 80s, by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I mean, that's that'll go away soon enough too, and then I'll be bitching about it's too cold. So you know,
Well, I always like when there's that little nighttime chill in the air. I know it's almost my birthday because my birthday
yeah,
is Friday, this Friday. So
yeah.
I'm getting old.
Mhm.
I'm getting old. I'm almost my mom's age. That's what every time I get older, I'm like, God, I'm catching up to my mother. But getting
Did your
there.
mom
I'm
stop
not.
aging?
I'm not.
Yeah.
What was that?
Did your
No,
mom
she
stop
didn't stop
aging?
aging.
Oh,
No, it's just weird. I don't know. I get stuck in these time like I forget how what age my mom is, and then I'm like, gosh, I'm almost 50. And then I'm like, my mom's in her 50s. And I'm like, no, my mom's getting close to 70. So, oh my God, my mom is getting close to 70. I just said that out loud. That's wild. And my kids are my age, which is weird too, because, my oldest one's just turned 28. And I'm like around that age. And I'm like, no, I'm close to 50. So I don't know. I'm weird. Aging is freaking me out. I'm not, I'm not thinking about like being older. I'm proud of it, right? Getting older just means you're still alive, which, can't be taken for granted. But um, the time warp thing has got me messed up because me, my mom, and my kids are all the same age right now, which is wild. I don't get it. I can't. I'm not good at math, but somehow we're all the same age. It's weird.
yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, same age spiritually, mentally, right? Emotionally, right? We
I don't
all
know. It's just
we
weird.
all connect in some way, But yeah, it's funny, my dad's gonna be 74 next month, or it's
Wow.
in December. I mean, yeah, I hear you, being 50, just turning 53 a couple weeks ago, it's a trip. I we talk about that all the time, just thinking about some people that were in their 50s when I was in my teens and 20s looking at 50-year-olds like, God, you're ancient, right?
Mhm.
And you know, what the heck, right? And how am I, what's going to be like when you're in your 50s, and here I am, right? And
Right.
maybe some of it I can feel the arthritis and in my knee and my shoulder, and sometimes I make these noises, Tiff. I don't know about you, but I make these my grandpa used to always, whenever he'd get up out of a chair, ah, right? We'd always make fun of grandpa. I do it every damn time I get out of a chair now. It's so
That's
annoying.
funny you say. Yeah, that's funny that you say that because I was actually thinking about the noises because um, I've been spending a lot of time with retired people and I'm realizing how many noises retired people make, and I was trying to analyze what that all means, but just the breathing and the constant like huh, hmm, hmm. Like it's just constantly like making noises. I don't know what that's all about, but I guess I'm getting closer to that.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what it's about either. I mean, I don't think you have to. I don't think I have to make those noises. I just feel like I do. And like I feel like my the inhibition, maybe I always could make those noises. I don't know if it helps me get up or helps me to move. I just know that I do it, right? And I would feel
Yeah.
weird if I didn't. And that is a trip. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So how's your, what you got going on? How's your fall looking? How's your October, November? You gonna be on the road? You gonna be traveling, doing anything fun and fabulous?
October, November, and December are what I can describe will be pure chaos, just pure unadulterated chaos. I've got so much going on. I'm moving out of the house here in California, which before we came on, I cried about like 4 times. Um, Carl's like, yeah, true story. Um, I have a lot of back and forth. So I'm leaving tomorrow after I work a full day tomorrow, virtual, and then I'm on the road for 12 days before I come back. I'll be up in the Bay, sweater weather. I'll be right in the Bay Area for most of that time. So I have a few days in Monterey and then Oakland and San Francisco as well. And it's just the timing of it all doesn't make sense for me to turn around and come back home. Like I'm one place on Thursday and then on Monday I'm close by. So I just extended the weekend there. And then I have excuse to spend my birthday in Monterey. Gosh,
Yes.
woe be
Yeah.
me. Woe be me.
Darn.
But I'm just I try to do that with a lot of stuff that's obligatory, where I have to do something. I try to put an element of fun into it to make it a little bit more exciting. I mean, and I do that literally for everything. If I have to drive to Ensenada to pick up toilets, I'm like, well, let's make a day out of it and go do some fun stuff before we hit up the hardware store, pick up that new toilet. Let's go to one of our favorite places. So I think that's what keeps me happy 99% of the time is that all the stuff I have to do, I put some fun into it just to make it a bit more enjoyable. But I'm definitely looking forward to the being in the area because Bay Area in October is top-notch living. I'm just gonna throw it out there. The weather
Mm.
is divine. The It's not very foggy. It's like cool but not cold. I have my Depeche Mode movies coming up, which I'm super duper excited about. I have tickets to go see it in the Roxy Theater in San Francisco on the 30th,
Wow.
which I'm super stoked about. And then my son is getting married in March, and so his fiance is having her bridal shower on the 1st, November 1st. And so on the way back from that journey, again, instead of coming back and driving back, we're going to stay in Fresno a couple of days because I volunteered. So um, I like to be a generous person with my gifts, my skills. And cooking is one of my skills. And so when we were planning her bridal shower, I'm like, I'm going to make you a pumpkin roll cake. I'm inventing it. It's not a real thing, but it's like the cake of a pumpkin roll
Yeah.
without the roll, but I'm going to do it as a sheet cake in layers. It's
Mm.
a concept. I haven't tried it yet, but why not try it for my future daughter-in-law's bridal shower? Why not like put it to the test? In my mind, it's going to work out beautifully.
Yeah.
I'm making her chicken green pozole because she wanted it. I'm making these Napa chicken salad croissant sandwiches because she asked for them. And why not make some mini cupcakes for the kids? I'm doing all of that from a hotel room. Um, so ambitious, but I can do it. I can do it. I'm very resourceful. I will make it work. And I have lots of loving and generous people who have offered me their kitchens locally if it doesn't work out there. So I'm going to do what I can for my little hotel room, my extended stay hotel room.
Yeah. Oh,
And
so it's an extended
it
stay,
has
so
an
it has a
oven.
kitchenette. Yeah. Okay. Good.
It has a
Good.
kitchenette, but it has an oven. I
Yeah.
specifically made sure it had an oven, not like just a burner, because sometimes they just have a burner. So I'll make it work. I've done less with more, or more with less. So I'll figure that out. But then I come back. I know this, I'm already exhausting myself. As soon as we get back from that trip, we unpack, repack, and then we're heading down to Mexico for most of November. So we'll be back and forth, back and forth. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'll just be, you can catch me on any given highway. I'll be in my car 50% of the next 3 months going different places. And so, um, I don't even want to look at my calendar. It's just a little overwhelming right now. But I mean, even today, before we got on here, I cleaned out my whole kitchen yesterday because I have people moving in and I needed to clean out the refrigerator. And I'm like, I have so many condiments. I have so many condiments and I threw a lot of them away, which I'm really proud of myself because I hate wasting food. Wasting food is something that my old poverty self like really struggles with. Like, oh, it expired in 2024. I mean, it's still good for another year. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But like letting go of stuff that like I'm never gonna eat this jar of jalapenos. It's fine. I can throw this jar like this all these olives that I bought in 1874. I don't think they've gotten better with time. I'm gonna go ahead and let these green olives uh go. You know, it was really this jar of apple butter that's been open since 1994. I think it's time. Yeah, I can scrape some more off the side, but I think I can. I don't know how I haven't died of botulism. Is all I'm saying. I don't understand how I haven't
Well,
died of food poisoning. Um,
every now
but
and then you need a cleanse, So
yeah.
just think of it that way.
My little sister used to say I have a rock stomach, and I believe it to be true because I would sometimes like, for example, we'd make dinner or something, and I would like put a plate in the microwave and forget about it. And then the
Hmm.
next morning, I'd be like, "Oh shit, I never put that plate in the fridge. It's in the microwave." And I'm like, "Ah, it's still good." And I would eat it. She's like, "That's out all night." It's potatoes. It's fine, right? It'll be fine. And I put it in the microwave. That kills all the germs. And I haven't died. I haven't gotten food poisoning. That may not have done something. I'm gonna jinx myself right now. But other people I know, my husband is a delicate little flower. You know, he can't have water that's not the perfect temperature because then it makes his stomach hurt if it's not cold enough or too. I mean, he's so delicate. But me, eh. 10-second rule, 18-second rule. So what, it fell in the dog bowl. I can eat. That's gross. I actually don't do that. Let me clarify. I really don't do that. But I probably couldn't be. I would be fine.
It's just sprinkles, right?
Hmm.
So yeah,
Like
I'll do that
this.
if
Yeah.
hmm? Oh, if my wife, she likes to, when we have pizza, she'll put what isn't eaten in the oven and close the door like it's gonna keep it warm, but it doesn't. And she's not listening anyway. But you know, but I'll forget it in the morning. I'm like, oh, that pizza, okay. It's pepperoni, spicy. Spice is good. Clean out, Anyways, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like you though. Yeah, I hate wasting food. I hate wasting leftovers. It is a pet peeve of mine to overcook.
Yeah.
I would rather undercook than overcook and then cook something else for me if we don't have enough, right? So that really is something that, and you're right. I think it's just from that, like we talked about in another episode, that deficit mindset, working from, you know, what we don't have and what we might need and things like that. But it's definitely a pet peeve. I hate bread going bad. I hate, um, soda losing its fizz, right? I hate salad getting wilted in the drawer, right? I ate like half of a Costco quinoa salad last night for dinner just because we'd had it for a week and it was going to go bad, and I couldn't stand for that. Right? So,
Yeah. My husband teases me because he'll be like, "Can we let this go yet?" Because this is what'll happen. Uh, Actually, this happened a few weeks ago. I've been trying to clean out the freezer
mhm.
because when I'm home, I like to cook, and then I cook more than what we can eat, and then I'll have stuff that's left over, and then he's like, "Just throw it away," and I'm like, "I can't throw it away. It's still good." And then I'll put it in a freezer bag and throw it in the freezer to have later on. We just defrost it. So
Yeah,
what had happened was
yeah,
I do this a lot with salsa. I'll make salsa for something and then we have extra salsa left over. And so the salsa might be getting close to where it's not going to be good anymore. And so I'll use the salsa to cook something else. So I might
mhm.
take the salsa and mix it with like potatoes and meat and make like I don't know what it would be called in English, but like a stew that you
Yeah,
could make burritos or whatever out of. And
yeah.
so I'll do that, and then I'll take that and I'll make something else out of it, and then I take that and make something else. And my husband's like, "This all started from that salsa 3 weeks ago. Let it go." I just
Yeah.
keep repurposing whatever. But what was funny is that I found some of that stuff. I thought it was just like meat, potato, salsa, because that's like one of my go-tos when I don't have anything else to make. I just throw that together. And so I found a bag and I'm like, oh, I think this is some of that like stewed meat and salsa. I'll make burritos out of it. So then I it defrosted and I went to go cook it in a pan. And I was like, I don't remember making this. Like, where the hell did this come from? Because it
Yeah.
had like carrots and peas and corn in it. And I'm like, I wouldn't have put that. And then I'm like, oh no, I did. Now I remember when I made it because I had these little weird potatoes that I needed to cook that were gonna go bad that I had to cook. And I had like a little sprinkle of like frozen vegetables, and I was just I threw them in there to get rid of the bag, and I
Mhm.
mixed it all together. And so I made us burritos with it, and then we were leaving, so I made us burritos to go, and then I forgot them. I completely forgot them at the house. And so they were already pre-packaged, pre-wrapped, everything. And so then we had a guy come, we have our friend Ed who comes and takes care of our dog sometimes when we're gone. And so he came to take care of Dodger. And I was like, hey, Ed, I left you some burritos in the fridge. And he texted back like, oh my God, they were so good. And I'm like, oh, thank God, oh, thank God, my weird leftover concoctions that I make. So sometimes
My
my husband's like, throw it away. It's fine.
my mom calls it goulash. Right. Whatever's
Yeah.
left in the whatever's left in the fridge, just throw it all together and it'll work. But no, I grew up in a house where my grandma used to, she cooked for four big guys and my mom and then me, right? So she would have this huge cast iron pans and she would make Spanish rice and chili and mollejas and all these other things. And then she would, what we didn't eat, she would freeze and put in our big freezer in the garage.
Yeah.
And we'd be eating on those for months, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it was always just an easy thing to
Yeah.
microwave. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the other day, my wife, she, I love grits, and so she makes grits for breakfast. But there's always leftovers, and she would just throw them away, and I'm just like, no, 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 we don't throw away grits, right? Because especially so and I like reheated grits because I put butter and salt and
Right.
some bacon pepper jam in it and things like that. And so the other day she had made meatloaf and there was some grits and I was like, So I mixed it up. That was bomb. Let me tell you, that was grits and meatloaf mixed up like I couldn't even tell you what it was. It wasn't a stew. It was something just creamy, wonderfulness.
Delicious.
And my wife thought it was the grossest thing ever that I did. And I said, well, dude, that's cool. That means you'll never eat it. I'll get to eat all of it. So,
Right. Right.
but yeah, I'm with you. I have a hard time, getting rid of, and if I have to, and then that's an issue too, because I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I have to eat it because it's there, but I don't have to eat it. But if I don't, it messes with me, right? In terms of why are we throwing away perfectly good food? And I always say, well, the people who throw away food obviously don't pay the grocery bills, but there's more to it than just that. But I don't know.
I just
Yeah,
waste. I hate wasting. I just hate wasting anything. I mean, this is another
yeah,
like with packing and stuff. I'm having a really hard time of letting stuff go because um, I worked hard for it, and maybe I don't get to use it all the time. I don't want to just give everything to Goodwill because then Goodwill jacks up the price on everything. And so even like if I'm thinking, oh, it's going to help people maybe who are less fortunate, really it's not because Goodwill makes all the profit. Like where does that really go? You know?
mhm.
So I'm trying to have like dirt cheap yard sales. Although one lady, I don't know, did we talk about the yard sale yet? Did I tell you about my yard sale yet? No,
No,
I don't
you had
think
a
we
yard
did
sale.
because you would know
Yeah,
if I told you.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
a couple weeks ago we were home, and I have a bunch of stuff that I'm getting rid of, and again I just don't want to give it away. And I actually don't want to get rid of it at all. I'd like to keep it. I just don't have the space for it anymore. My
Mhm.
new house is much smaller than this house, and so I decided to have a yard sale. And so the first day was like a bust because I did it Saturday and Sunday. The first day, all it did was piss me off. It really just pissed me off because people, I know it's a yard sale, but it's people's stuff. Don't be disrespectful, right? I have really cool shit that I'm selling. And, like I had an Instapot and it's perfectly working condition. I just happen to have two of them. So I'm trying to sell one. I was $5. $5 for a freaking Instapot. They're like $99 at the store. And this one's been used 4 times.
Yeah.
The lady's like, I'll give you three. I said, get the fuck out of my yard. Excuse my French, but you can get out of my yard. So then this other lady comes. I have all this like really nice baking stuff, kitchen stuff, like cool like Halloween molds and stuff that again are used once a year, maybe. They're brand new, super clean. And I was still just selling them like $1 a piece, which again is a steal. It's already like bottom of the barrel. Like I can't get any cheaper than that. And this lady comes and she grabs a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of stuff. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like she's going to take a bunch of this stuff. So I gave her like killer deals. She's like, how much is this and how much is that? And so then she put it all together. I'm like, give me $20 for all of that. It's easily like, would have been $100 worth of stuff easily. And I'm like, give me $20 for all of that. And then she's like, oh, I don't have any money. I said, man, that sucks. And then she starts pulling out her, I said, I can put it to the side if you want to come back. She's like, well, I live far away. I said, okay. So she pulls out of her pocket. She's like, I got $9. I said, oh, okay. You got pick $9 worth of what you want right here. Like grab $9 of what you think $9 is worth out of this pile. And she didn't take anything. She just wanted me to give her all of, I said, you know what, shut this shit down. We're done for the day. I'm already freaking irritated. So, you know me, I go to my bestie dope for all things. And so we started talking about we started first of all, we started singing money songs about money. And so then I made a money playlist, a yard sale playlist with all of the money songs. And every fourth song was uh glamorous. If you ain't got no money, take your
Take
broke
your broke
ass home.
ass home.
That was the song I had on rotation. But I made my money playlist, and so the second day was much better than the first day. The first day I think I made $30, and the second day I made like $100. And so, but I got rid of some of my big pieces. But I'm just saying, people, I understand you want to go to yard sales and get stuff for 50 cents, but when you're buying like brand new things that are in great condition, be reasonable and bring cash or be ready to cash out. Run me my money. I'm not running a charity here, but
Yeah.
I'm already giving you stuff for like almost practically free. Like I had a bunch of jeans, like jeans with tags on it still. And trust me, I want to get rid of my jeans. I just don't need four of the same pair because that's what happened. I found out that apparently I have a style that I really like. So I had like four of the same pair in the same color and the same wash and the same size. And I'm like, let me get rid of some of these. And they still have tags on them. And people are like, I'll give you $2 for these. They're like $100 jeans. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. We're
Yeah.
done. We're done. I didn't sell any of them. I wasn't going to give those away. Anyways, that was my rant about the yard sale. But if you don't got no money,
I thought you were gonna
take your
say I
broke
only
ass
got
home.
$9 in my pocket.
Mm-mm. No, but it was so funny because I'd come in the house and I like had a bunch of $1 bills, and I would come in wave like, oh, the riches. But I did so. Let me just say, if you come correct, you're gonna leave with some stuff. Because then right after that lady who pissed me off with the $9, this other woman came and she was like grabbing some stuff, but she was acting right about it. So she's like, I was like, oh, that's $5. And she's like, well, it's got this and this. Will you take three for it? I'm like, I'll take three for it. And what about this? Da, da, da. I'll take that. Yeah. So she came and she left with a bunch of stuff for $15. I'll wheel and deal with you, but don't be disrespectful. Don't
Hmm.
be disrespectful because I'll put all the stuff right back in my garage where it came from. And and my neighbor came and she asked for I had two cabinets, two identical cabinets. I was selling them for $10 and she took one of them. And then I told her, if I don't sell this one by the end of the day, come and get it. I'll give it to you. And then she actually came back and she got the second one. So I'm willing to work with people who need it, but don't be coming to my house acting crazy. Don't come to yard sale with no money in your pocket. Who are you? Get your stuff
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, this isn't the clothing cabinet. No. The
Exactly.
clothing closet.
Kick rocks.
No.
Kick rocks. I'm generous, but not like that. Don't be coming at me sideways at my yard sale. That's when I put window shopper on my playlist. Baby, you a window shopper. Mad at me. I bet I know why.
Oh Lord. Taking it
Yeah,
back.
my yard sale playlist is not one to be messed with, let me just tell you.
Okay. Well, my week, we're probably gonna be in the same place, same time. Because
Really? Wait.
I don't know. Well, Wednesday I'll be in Stockton, and then I'm going straight down to Oakland after that and spend the night um and teaching on Thursday down in Oakland, and then get to come home. No, well, then the next week I'm going to your favorite place, Inyo. I'm in Yo
Inyo?
County. I'm in Yo
Love
County,
Inyo.
Tiff.
Tell
Yep,
them
and
what's
I'm
up.
doing stuff there. I think Tuesday, Wednesday. I was supposed to go to Oakland on Thursday, but that got postponed. And Friday, I'm teaching from home. So just, the life of a West Side hustler. It never stops.
Right.
You
Right.
know, staying on the road. But it's good because I haven't been on the road in a couple months. I mean, or at least consistently. So like we were talking about in the last episode, just getting your chops. Building
Right.
your road muscles, getting
Yeah.
back to the grind because you need it when it gets hot and heavy in uh
Yep.
in the spring, right? And I was listening to so I think it was Regina King. She was talking, you're talking about how you have your spring breakdown,
Yeah.
and she said she had something where she was going back and forth and flying to take care of her mom and doing all this work and everything like that, and she finally just said, I can't for a while. I can't, and just had to be
Yeah.
still for a little bit, which was, this
Yeah.
is interesting. Just a lot of what you were talking about in the last class. So now it's time for our question of the week, Tiff.
Okay.
This one I pulled out. It is a yellow backed card.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is deep. It means deep, right?
Oh.
And this is from Icebreaker Starter Pack from Best Self, if anybody's interested. And the question is, what are the top three things on your bucket list?
Oh man, top three on my bucket list. Um, I would like to do more travel around Europe. So to travel more of Europe is definitely one of them. Uh, to go backstage at a Depeche Mode concert would probably be my second bucket list. And gosh, I really I've done almost everything in this life that I wanted to do. So um okay, I'm gonna put my third bucket list. I want to buy my husband a freaking boat and then sell it and then sell said boat after he's driven it one time. That's it. Because let me just say, he's got this thing where he'll be like, I'll know we made it at life when. And then we get there, and then he's like, I'll know we made it at life when. And then we get there, and then he's like, and then I know he's always moving the goalposts. So his thing right now is he wants to buy a boat. He wants to buy it in Oregon, sail it around the Baja Peninsula, and that's it. And so that's on my bucket list to get him his boat that he could sail around Baja, and then we can sell it because we're not keeping a boat. We don't need a boat. But if he wants to sail one time, then I'm gonna say bucket list. Get my man a boat. Get my man a boat. That's on my bucket list. But I would like to do Europe for sure, for sure. Depeche Mode backstage. Get Mr. Salcedo the boat he wants, and that's it. And then he'll move the goalpost to something else, and it'll be like a helicopter or some stupid shit. So for now, we'll settle with the boat.
Well, maybe you could, you know, sail the boat and then turn it upside down and just work on it like in Shawshank, where he's on the beach in Mexico
Yeah,
working on that
yeah,
boat. I don't know, maybe, So cool. So Europe, Depeche Mode, and a boat.
that's right. What about you? What are your bucket list?
Well, travel is definitely a big thing for me. I'd like to go to Europe. I'd like to do like, the Viking Cruises has this cruise that starts from like the south of France all the way to Rome and back. That'd be pretty dope. And hitting, all the spots in Spain and Italy around all the way down to Rome. I want to go to a soccer match in my for my favorite team at their home stadium in Newcastle, England, and that's always been. So I've been a fan of theirs for geez, almost 30 years now, and so I've
Mhm.
seen them. Saw them when they came to Sacramento briefly, and then I watch them all the time. But I've only seen them live once, and I want to actually go and feel the stadium. It's one of the best crowd experiences in all of soccer, people say. So it's pretty cool. And then the third thing, you know, I still want to skydive just once, just once. I don't want. I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not a bungee jumper because that thing will not hold my fat ass. It will. I will. It will snap, and that will be the end of it. But I do want to skydive once. I don't mind if it's a tandem. I know it has to be. So just to say I did it, and I can just cross it off the list. But I have some things. I wanted to do it like in the desert. There's a skydiving place in out where I used to live in California City, that's got a clearing. So that'd be okay. Or in the water, I was thinking that might be something cool. I just don't want to do it here in Sacramento. The skydiving center here in Sacramento is under federal investigation. It's not Sacramento, it's actually Galt or Lodi. And it's there's been multiple deaths there the last few years, right? And so it's under investigation, and they close it and reopen it and close it and reopen it. And but just even driving past it, it's not I don't know, it's not inviting for skydiving, right? I mean, on one side you have 99 freeway all the way across all the way across the airstrip, and then on all three sides there's vineyards. So these tent these posts that are you know knocked into the ground and sturdy and holding up these big vines, right? These big strong vines. So a gust of wind here or there or something, either you're road pizza or you're a shish kebab. And I don't want to die like that either way. All right. I want to die. I want to die peacefully in my bed, and or
Yes.
just where I have some notice to be able to say goodbye to some people, right? But not on the
Right.
freeway, right? So yeah, so skydiving. So yeah, you know, the Mediterranean Riviera area, soccer game in England, and skydiving. Those would be, those would be cool. And maybe play at a major festival if I get with the right band or something, just to do that. I mean, I've already done a touring thing with the band, but just maybe one more tour where, just at this age to see how it would feel. I already know how it feels to tour around California, but not
Yeah.
as a musician. But yeah, so good question.
That'd
Good
be
question.
super cool.
The question that I pulled up actually was when the last time you cried, but you already told everyone you cried 4 times this morning, so we didn't want to have to. I didn't want to bring that shit up. So that's bringing up bullshit, soul shit, Tiff. Right?
Oh, I've
You
been
know.
soft. I've been crying a lot lately, but I'm going through a lot of changes in my life, and they're not bad changes. They're good, but we know Bridges transition model. There's that ending, there's the neutral, there's the new beginning, and I'm definitely in the ending. So like
Yeah.
feeling a lot of loss and nostalgia and um, reflection, and it makes me emotional. I'm in a great place in my life. I'm so grateful for where I'm at. I can't complain. I won't complain because I'd be lying.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a new chapter. It's a new chapter, and it's I won't cry again. I'm not gonna cry over condiments again. I won't cry. I'm not gonna cry over my expired olives.
Well,
But it's yeah. I learned, I was telling Carl earlier, I've learned to just, when I feel like I need to cry, to just cry, because I just got to feel the emotions. I'll feel them, I'll get through it. Everything will be fine. So it's all going to be fine.
yeah.
That's what I keep
Yeah.
telling myself.
Yeah. It should be, and if it isn't, fucking. But I
Yeah.
I hear but that's definitely it's an emotional thing to say goodbye, like you mentioned with Bridges transition,
Yeah.
right? There's the ending, then the neutral zone, and then the new beginning. The ending is always hard. It's nostalgic, right? All the if there's any good feelings, they all come out. It's if you leave a job, all those people you couldn't stand the whole time. Oh, why are you leaving? Don't leave us. Oh, we had such a good time. We're gonna miss you. It's like, well, why didn't you say that when I was thinking about leaving my job? But that's all right, right? And so but it's not even just leaving people. I was asking you about your kids, and you're like, well, it's not even just the kids. It's just, me and the places and in the space that I was taking up, and
Mhm.
I mean, when people transition from one job to another or from one work site to another, you have, you have your friends, you have your people you hang out with at lunch or walk around the building with, or just even if you're by yourself, you have your normal places where you go get your lunch or the place in the parking lot where if you're an introvert like me, just sit underneath a shade tree and eat your lunch and just be still, right? And your commute to work, you get used to that, and in the new job,
Yeah.
you have to learn the new security system, get a new key card, which is never there the first week, which is annoying as hell, folks. Look, for your new hires, make sure that all their new hire shit is there on their desk first day. That will help keep them there, right? That's something, Dr. Rob didn't talk about, but that's absolutely true for onboarding. Make sure people feel like they're home as quick as possible, right? There's nothing more
Yep.
annoying than sitting there at your desk. Hey, so, welcome on. What are you doing? I don't know. I don't have my security code yet. I don't have my email. Right. Oh, well,
Right.
so yeah, I want to go to lunch again.
Right.
Right. So, but just all of that, and just even learning new systems, learning new LMSs, or going from Workday to Salesforce to all these different things that these integrative software, and then learning the vibe of the new place, and learning the vibe and the rhythm of the new people
Hmm.
that you work with, and your new manager and your new space. And maybe you don't have that wall that you could put pictures of the kids or Dodger or anybody else up there, so. And I know that's been hard. That's been hard for a lot of folks, is just changing the environment, the nature of the environment change in the last 5 years, and
Yeah.
going from an environment of no, you can't work from home, to no, you can't come to the office, to well, you can come to the office a couple of days a week, to oh, guess what, we need you to come back to the office now. Right. And
Right.
it's it's people don't like change, right? Or at least even people who do like change, they don't like that much change that often, right? There's only so much change people can handle, even if it's good change, right? And
Yeah.
it's something that we have to really think about how we approach the change, why, and how it's said. I was working with a county, and they wanted me to, I created a program for them to have their staff be fully integrated back to the office. And they said, yeah, we want to do a back to work program. And I said, well, it's not going to work if you call it a back to work program, right? Because what they've been doing
Yeah.
at home is work, right? Well, yeah, but
Right.
what I mean, it's just coming back to normal. I said, well, normal is I haven't had to pay childcare for 3 years. I haven't had to mess with that commute for 3 years, right? I haven't, I have, my mother who needs, you know, if not full-time care, at least to someone in the house, just in case something happens. That just happened the last 3 years. So now there's not going to be anybody here, so it really is for a lot of people, oh, just suck it up and come back to work. What was so wrong with it before? Nothing was wrong with it before. It's just we've changed the way that we've lived. And so it's not normal. It's a new normal. And so it's the same emotional situation, whether it's not nostalgic, but it's just upheaval, right? And our brain doesn't react well to too much upheaval. When there's too much chaos, it's hard to stay focused and rational. That's why we live in such an irrational world right now, because it's such freaking chaos. You don't know what the next breaking news buzz on your phone is going to be, right? And so,
Hmm. Oh
it's
God. Yeah.
this world, or at least in our society, we are in our feelings big time. And,
Yeah.
a lot of it's because what do we expect? I mean, we're scarfed. We're all scarfed. Certainty is a big one for me. I didn't think it would be, because I'm a squirrel, right? I can handle change. I like, I handle adjustments, but too much of it, just, like, raise the red flag. Chill for a minute. I need to breathe. I need to be still.